Hello, folks. It's Christmas Eve, and it's the last day for the sweatshirt and the turtleneck. It's very cold, as you all know. Well, some of you, depending on where you live, it's very cold. It is 3 degrees here in Omaha, so I'm layered up. And it's Christmas Eve, and I'm looking at an update on the temperature on my phone. Thought I'd come on and say hello and happy holidays again. 4 degrees. It went up a degree. Feels like, from my perspective, it feels like many people are desperate to have a good holiday, or looking for ways to raise good energy and make things nice for themselves and people around them. And I just want to encourage that, because it's been a rough year, and even though it's only the 2022, the 2020s are tumultuous already. Heading into 2023, who knows? It'll be just as rough as this year, if not worse. It won't be better. If it is, I'll eat my words, and I would like that 2023 is a better year for the planet and humankind, but I doubt that'll be the case. So as they say in Japan, gambate. Did I say it right? Gambate? Do your best. Do your best in your situation, wherever you are. Be as loving and kind to yourself and to others as you possibly can, because we need it. The opposite is rampant, and I just don't understand why we aren't doing any better. So, planning to Zoom with my sister and Kareem today, and then the whole family tomorrow, or as whoever wants to join us for Christmas, a Zoom. Someone asked me at the comments if I was considering doing a live Zoom for Christmas, and I wasn't. Since they asked, I'm sort of thinking about maybe I will for a minute or two get on here and on tomorrow and see if anybody joins me. We'll see. No commitment. Beyond that, I will just share a little bit about my listening habits, I don't really associate this with Christmas, but in listening to the radio this morning and some artist talking about the song My Favorite Things, I popped this on. I love it. I've always loved his version, John Coltrane doing My Favorite Things, and in particular McCoy Tyner's piano on it is just lovely. So I had this on this morning. Listened to some The Sea and Cake yesterday, a couple of records by them. Hadn't in a while. Related to the band Tortoise, got to see The Sea and Cake live in the early 2000s. They were quite good. But this one bedroom, starts off like krautrock with 4 corners. Got it signed by Archer Pruitt when I met the band. He was the only person that I was able to get signed. John McIntyre I talked to, but he was quite busy packing his drums up, so I didn't bother him. Sea and Cake, do you know the band? It's good. Good stuff. What else? What else, people? Thanks for your concern. My house is fine. I just delete the comments where it's just so obvious about pipes wrapping. I know that. The cold snap hit, and I went to bed and had forgotten. But I know about pipes and opening cabinets and stuff. I've heard it from so many people in the last couple of days. It's annoying. It's like, you think I don't know that? I just erase it. Yeah, little stuff like that can be annoying. So what? Right? I'm human. This one, Robert Wyatt, Old Rottenhat. alliance, the way the album starts, those words are very powerful. So yes, friend, whoever you were that was saying I wanted to hear that the music is the most important thing, that nothing has changed here. When you hear me talking about lyrics, well, this has been part of the game all along. But my stance that more people would benefit from learning how to appreciate the richness of the music itself, that's where I stand. I do. They use some powerful words on this album besides the music. The music is great, though. Old Rottenhat, Robert Wyatt. Real simple arrangements, very effective, fantastic. I have some more Robert Wyatt sitting out to play. I haven't played it yet, but I'll show. Dondestan Revisited is sitting out for a spin, and also Shleep. Might get to those today, I might not. Sitting out, Alphonso Johnson, Last Night, Moonshadows. Great funk prog album. This is another example to me of the whole race thing where, because of the skin color, this is not regarded in the same conversations as, say, the band UK or Jethro Tull or Yes or Genesis, and yet literally all those elements that those bands use in their music are on here and his other solo albums. It's plus the blackness of the rhythm and the those elements that come from the African American, or whatever you want to say, the black experience, blended in with the prog. So if you've never heard this album and you like progressive rock in general, you'll be surprised. Moonshadows, it's excellent. It's excellent. I do feel a duty to bring that sort of thing up from my perspective about the world, racism, social, human behavior, etc. I do feel, I do want to bring it up, and will continue to as long as I'm around, because I also know that it's not changing fast enough for me, if at all. Flairck, I think they're from the Netherlands, but this is a folk classical blend that they do. It's beautiful and wonderful. Not quite, it's not progressive rock, but it's like you can almost fold them into that. Almost. Gevecht met the Engel. Mostly very folky and spirited, beautiful playing. Enjoyed that last night. I can always get into the music of, as you hear me talk about Mr. Sakamoto and also David Sylvian, but particularly Sakamoto a lot. So this goes along with Christmas for me in a way. Forbidden Colors from the movie Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. Just a beautiful, aching song. You know, I don't know what it's about. I just know I get these snatches of feelings from the words, but the music is just really where it's at. So evocative, so beautiful, so rich. And then I listen to this, Bamboo Houses, Bamboo Music. Great collaboration between David Sylvian and Ryuichi Sakamoto, which I think this is where they're, after the band Japan, this is where they really started to collaborate deeply and got involved. Sakamoto got involved in Sylvian's solo albums and took them to another level. And this, if you haven't heard, this is exceptional. This is David Sylvian with Robert Fripp. It's the Darshan remix. Both sides of this, in particular the reconstructed by Future Sound of London side, sounds like that. Those colors and that swirly, that's what it sounds like. This is fantastic. This is one I tend to play a couple times in a row because it's so encompassing. It's beautiful. Got a couple more here. Fantastic Plastic Machine, Luxury. Don't know much about this artist. I think he was a DJ. I'm not sure how I ended up with these records, but I have several by this guy. He ended up on the Beastie Boys label here in America, Emperor Norton. And there's a connection in that it's like, you know, it's sample-delic. Pizzicato 5 kind of come to mind. Beat-driven, but also nostalgia. Brasilia and other stuff and other familiar samples are just thrown in here, and it's just wonderful. Luxury, really like this a lot. And I love this band. I do. I really do. Including this era. Genesis Duke. So this is not a Christmas album. Not even necessarily a winter album. But this was recently issued on white vinyl. And I was thinking about that. If you see my Facebook page, you'll see where I had taken and posted where someone did a pastiche of this artist's work. It might be the actual artist, where it's a Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever. And so that's on my Facebook page, or was. And it prompted me to pull this white vinyl version of this to play. And I love this album. And this is actually a pretty decent pressing. However, I must say that about the same time, they did a yellow vinyl reissue of Trick of the Tail. And my copy is trash. It's very noisy. I don't even know how they got that. I don't understand how that could have gotten released. It's horrid. And I already know it's pointless to take it back and get another copy, because the other copies are going to do the same thing. This is another story. Great album, too. I love Genesis. A couple more things here. Sonny Fortune, saxophonist, jazz player, Awakening. Do you know this album from late 70s? Whew, this is beautiful. Kenny Barron shines on this. And the heads, the tunes, the compositions are fantastic. I love the cover of this because I think that captures the subtlety and the depth of the music on this. Awakening. Sonny Fortune. Monster playing, there's a lot of people buying jazz these days as collectors. And I wonder how many of those people actually listen. Okay? Because I don't just want to buy the Blue Notes because they're Blue Notes and they're collectible, which is what I see going on. Honestly, I doubt that a lot of those people even listen to the records. It's about the music for me always. Okay, I hadn't played this in a long time. Gave up trying to find an original copy of it or a regular black vinyl reissue. It's very rare. German cosmic music, space rock, classic from the early 70s. Ga. Auf der Bahn zum Uranus. Yeah, I think those guys knew what they're doing by calling it this and how it plays with the mind. This is a Garden of Delights reissue, number 509. Out of 1,000 copies. This is classic stuff. It's right there in the same wheelhouse as the early Ashra Temple, Embryo, and Amandul 2, stuff like that. Just really spacey. But it has that feeling. This is a picture disc. So I don't play it. I have it on CD. But I wanted a vinyl. When I found this affordable, I went ahead and bought it because this is one that I've wanted in the collection. It's like this belongs in my collection of space rock. And if you haven't heard it, I highly recommend this. I highly recommend this album. Gar. Okay, so that's it. That's it for today. I want to say Merry Christmas again. Bill, you'll see this. Thank you. He's suggested someone to interview, and that suggestion was one that I said, okay, yeah, that's I'll take that. And it turns out that I have a connection to this person through their management already. I won't say the name. We'll see if it happens, and then it will go like that. For those of you that might wonder, I'm leaving Richard Barbieri alone for Christmas. But he said, yeah, let's get together again. I've spoken to him since then a couple times. It's really cool that we're friends. I like that. Happy holidays. Let me know how you're doing. Of course, I say hello to my family if I didn't say it already. I'll talk to you in a few hours or whenever. After I make this video, I'll talk to you, Stephanie. All right.